Hi everyone. Welcome to day 7 of my 7-day live challenge. And today, as you can see, I'm here with a very special guest. He is Mr. Nilesh Jain and he comes from Udaipur, Rajasthan, and he's the founder of Elite Podcasters Hub. So I'm calling today's live as Interview the Interviewer because he's usually doing the interviewing part, and I think for a change this would be good for him being in the interviewee seat. So Nilesh, welcome and thank you very much for agreeing to join me for this interview at such a short notice. I think I just reached out to you 2 to 3 days back. That's very nice of you. Thank you very much. So how are you today, Nilesh? Let's start off then.
Thank you so much, Vinay, for inviting. And yes, I am doing awesome. Thank you.
Okay, amazing. So, guys, if you are watching live, type hashtag live in the comments. And if you are watching this as a replay later on, type hashtag replay in the comments. And I also want to tell you guys that Nilesh is training people on how to use the medium of podcast to uh, interview other people and grow their network, grow their credibility. And I think he himself has done a phenomenal job over the last couple of years. So Nilesh, if you just want to start off with what you are doing exactly, and I mean, what exactly do you do with respect to podcasting, and what's your community like, if you would just like to start off with that.
Thank you, Vinay, once again for inviting. And what I am doing is I'm teaching interview podcast to coaches, entrepreneurs who wanted to network with the people in their industry who want to grow their status, I can say, who wanted to grow their authority. So I'm helping them. I'm teaching them the process of how they can launch interview podcast.
Okay.
And once after launching interview podcast, how they exactly build a connection with the people in their industry who is on top in their industry, how they can build connection and able to invite them on the interview podcast or build a long lasting connection relationship. So there was a lot of opportunities they can open up for with interview podcast. So this is what I teach.
Amazing, amazing. So
Yes,
Nilesh, how many interviews have you done so far?
so far it's in between 85 to 90.
Wow.
Yes,
And these are all entrepreneurs and coaches that you are interviewing,
yes,
right?
all
Um,
8 figure, 7 figure, 9 figure, 10, even millionaires
oh,
on the podcast.
wow, amazing, amazing.
Thank you.
So just tell me how your journey started, and I mean, what inspired you to do this, and what was the point where you decided that this is what I want to do, and then actually started doing it. Just tell us about that.
Okay, what actually inspired me to do this? So I have a dream from childhood. Like I want to be on the TV. I wanted to be in the Bollywood. This is a
Mhm.
kind of dream, like seeing Shahrukh Khan, Salman Khan, Akshay Kumar. But after a while, I didn't pursue that because I find that it's not something very easy. Then in I think class ninth, eighth, ninth, I think I feel like I wanted to become singer. So I
Okay.
started music, practicing music, and then first time I went to Jaipur for giving an Indian Idol audition. So this is a first imperfect action I take in my life.
Oh
I
wow.
didn't share with
Okay.
my family, with anyone, and
Okay.
this actually podcast thing was not there, but the thing was there. If you can see, is a mic. The mic thing is there. So if you can see, the mic was my interest. The because once in a while I also applied to become RJ, radio jockey. If you don't know, if people don't know,
Hmm. Hmm.
so I applied for RJ, but I because of my own limiting belief, because of my own hesitation, I didn't give. I didn't go for giving interview. I send record a voice note, like they actually give me a script. This is an script for you, just record your voice and send us. So I don't know whether they respond to me or I didn't remember, but I didn't go there because of my own limiting belief, because of my own, uh, I can say my own
I can't
self
do this, right? I can't do
own
this.
self doubt. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So then after this time happened, and I am doing nothing. Like I am doing nothing in the sense of I pursue my college education, which is Masters of Computer Application (MCA), but no interest, just doing it for the sake of doing because my father want me to do. And after completing my MCA, I didn't get a job.
Okay.
The problem was me myself. First thing, I was not confident to give interview in front of HR. Second thing is I am not interested in the particular field, which is a computer science.
Hmm.
Then I got a job in completely different industry. That is a very big story. I don't want to take that time. I got a
Okay.
job in different industry, and then because of COVID, I lost this particular job.
Okay.
After losing that job, I was on the same page. What's the next step for me? So I started searching on internet what how to make money, what's the process, and when I started searching on Google, uh, after some time spending a lot of time on YouTube, on Google, I found a book called
Okay.
Dot Com Secret by Russell Brunson.
Okay.
In that
Amazing.
book, there is a concept called become a reporter, become a
Okay.
podcast, host your
Okay.
podcast. And this one point actually triggered in my head. And when I found this concept of interview podcast, it's feel really fascinating to me. Like I can do it. I wanted to do it. I didn't take any action just because of again the limiting belief. This is the time September 2020 I'm talking when I found the concept of interview podcast. I didn't take any action. Then I after 20, in February 2021 I started with Facebook Live. I thought time is running very fast and I have to take action to achieve something. So I started with Facebook Live,
Hmm.
and then in the same time when I completed 100 days, a person reached out to me and he said, I think you can do interview me. You can interview me on your profile. So it's the
Okay.
same like the Facebook challenge that you are doing right now. I am not sure if I am your first guest or second.
First.
Uh, Okay, that's amazing. I'm your first guest. That's how that particular person approached me. That hey Nilesh, you can host Facebook Live just like this on your profile. I am coming up with a new product, and I think you have a good audience, as you are already completing 100 days and all. So you have a good audience. I feel like this is something I wanted to do, and universe is calling me to do this thing. So I grabbed the opportunity, and meanwhile, at the same time, a person reached out to me and he said, "Hey, I'm going to teach you this process," and he become my
Okay.
mentor. So if
Wow.
you can see, the God calling is a very powerful for me in this point.
Hmm.
First, opportunity comes, and second, guest mentor come. Like I'm going to teach you. I grabbed the opportunity, and then because of the first step, because of the mentor, I'm able to host interview with all the big names in the marketplace, and also able to teach the same process to my clients. So this is a long story that I I think I took a lot time, but yeah, this is still I try to short it. But yes, so this is
I
a
think
story how.
I think this is what inspires people really. You know, this is when people listen to this story, when they see that you started and you stopped, you started and you stopped, you started and you stopped, and there was a lot of fight going on in here inside your head, which you are very, very, generous enough to come on camera and say it, and then coming out of it, taking that action, and then going the next step. Like after that, like you said, the mentor came in, the opportunity came in, and honestly, I think you meant 100 days of Facebook Live, right? That's what you did. That itself is commendable. How many people will even try doing that? So
Actually 365 days of Facebook Live, but first
wow,
100 days when completed, that one person reached out and he said, let me, can you do interview with me on your
amazing,
profile?
amazing. So you
So
actually
this is what
completed 365 days.
yes.
Oh wow, 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 amazing! And I think I've watched the video where Russell Brunson talks about this.
Hmm.
If you do something for 365 days, I mean,
Yes.
that has come to me via our common mentor Sagar. So, and he
Definitely.
talks about you very very highly. This is why, as soon as he said that you have to interview someone, that rang a bell in my head, and I thought I have to interview Nilesh because he keeps
Okay.
talking about Nilesh interviewing people. I want to interview him. Let me see how it feels to interview
Yeah.
someone.
Awesome.
Amazing, amazing, Nilesh. Uh, that's really really great. And now see, I am a mindful health coach. I'm an energy coach, and I want to ask you if there are any mindfulness practices that you follow on a routine basis, and how has been the impact of that on your journey, on your transformation.
To be honest, I'm not following that much mindfulness practice,
Okay.
but still, if I can say, once sometime I do morning pranayam, yoga, or morning walk. This is
Okay.
something I do not consistently, but yes, I restarted that. Like if I talk about last year or last to last year, I was doing it consistently, but
Okay.
because of time and because of evolving in the time, we
Hmm.
I lose the habits. I lose a lot
Hmm.
of habits. So I
Hmm.
wanted to be honest here. I don't want to like, but nowadays I'm restarting. So I take a challenge of 5 a.m. and
Okay.
uh, doing this actually helping me. Whenever I do, like as I mentioned, I'm not doing consistently, but whenever I do this thing, my my mind is getting a lot of creative. So
Hmm.
yesterday itself on Saturday morning, I wake up at 5 a.m. I completed the 5 a.m. challenge that I am part of right now.
Hmm.
And once the challenge completed, I just go outside and go for a walk. So 50 minutes of 50, I think 110 minutes. So 60
Oh.
minute, 1 hour, 10 minutes of
Hmm.
walk I did. And meanwhile, in the walking, while I was in the, I'm walking,
Hmm.
I got the idea. Let me record a video and let's share some message to the particular community that I have, like lead magnet of
Hmm.
mine. Let me
Hmm.
inspire these people. So today evening I'm doing a workshop.
Okay.
So right now I can inspire these people so they can attend in the workshop, right?
Okay.
So this
Okay.
is a creative idea I got out of the business, not by being in the business, but by being in outside the business.
Outside
And
the
it
business, right?
happened because of the early morning wake up. I went
Hmm.
outside. Otherwise, I might be in the bed. I might be in the sleeping mode. I don't have an idea. I didn't get any kind of idea, but I wake up, I go for outside, and that's where I got the idea of this.
Amazing.
A lot of ideas coming in this um whenever I do this kind of practice. So as you ask how it is helping, so it is helping in many ways. So today morning itself, you are also in the session. The presentation that I present in front of you, I
Hmm.
prepared from 6 a.m. to
Oh.
7 in the morning itself.
Oh, wow.
So yesterday
Okay.
night, I just got around 10:30 p.m. a call from Sagar bhai. Just do a morning session at 9 a.m. You have to do a session in the 9 a.m. At that point
Hmm.
of time, I already shut down my interview
Easy.
desktop.
Hmm.
So I thought, let me go do in the morning. So this is, you
Okay.
already see the magic that I deliver in the morning.
Amazing. 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 And I think that's the burning problem right now. It's consistency. Whether
Yes.
you talk about going live, whether you talk about creating content, whether you talk about following habits, that's the main problem that's going on right now around. That
Yeah.
everyone starts with a lot of energy, and
Hmm.
then somewhere that energy just fades away. So
Right.
coming back to that, thank you for sharing your thoughts on that, and I hope that you can continue the 5 a.m. club. That's one of the things even I have been, aspiring to do, and I think very soon I will also start picking up at a Brahma Muhurat
Hmm.
at 5
Yeah.
a.m. So, if I could ask you from your podcasting journey, if there are one or two like very very memorable moments which are vividly playing all the time in your head, can you just share that if there are any one or two moments like that?
I don't have one of two moments. I have a lot of moments.
Okay,
But
okay.
I share with you two as you asked two. One is a
Hmm.
worst and one is a good. So the
Okay.
worst
Okay.
moment was at the beginning of my journey in the podcasting. 2.5 years ago, when I did my started my podcast,
Hmm.
I'm recording my sixth episode. Sixth
Okay.
episode with the six-figure coach, a
Okay.
six-figure coach from international market. And what happened was my laptop got shut down in between.
Okay.
Just a minute ago, guest joined the podcast, and my system got disconnected. I was like, "What is going to happen? What is going to happen?" And I am completely newbie at that point of time, so I was frustrated. I was full of anxiety. I have a lot of anxiety. Um, so what happened is, after 30 minutes, my computer got started.
Okay.
Like there is some technical glitches happened inside the
Hmm.
system. So
Hmm.
because of that, my computer is not starting. So I was like, what is going to happen? What is happening? And but I'm grateful at the same time because my guest didn't make me feel uncomfortable. I said him that this is something happened, and he wait for me for 30 minutes, and he said, "Okay, if your system is working, let's do it round. If it's not, we can reschedule it." But even after 30 minutes, when my computer laptop was better, we did an interview. Though I am not able to deliver the best because of
Hmm.
my 30-minute lose that happened. All of the
Hmm.
things, the nervousness was there, excitement was there,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
anxiety was there. So this is the worst moment, or at the same time, I can say best moment. But one best moment more I include is
Hmm.
I don't remember when it happened, but yeah, if I give you this one best moment of my life is because of podcast, I'm able to interview Mind Value co-founder, and she shared very good thing about the podcast that I did with her. In the
Okay.
podcast recording itself, it is visible, and
Hmm.
out of the like behind the stage, it is also some discussion happened with her. So this is a really good moment of my life, and after every podcast, I'm doing dance. I didn't share with anyone, but I am like super excited. Wow, I
Oh
did
wow.
the interview today.
Wow.
Did
Wow.
crazy interview today. Yesterday, I think a recent interview I did on 13th of December. 13th
Okay.
of December. So once the guest leave the screen, and I am also turning off my system. So
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
jump, and I jump with full of excitement, full of dance. Like
Wow.
I did a great thing today. I deliver the best value to my audience because of this podcast. So this is
Amazing.
what a best moment I can say. But yeah, a lot of best moment. But this is something suddenly coming in my mind. So yes,
Amazing. Amazing. So that's like holding that energy in your body, so
yeah,
that you can bring it back whenever it is needed. That's amazing. That's amazing, Nilesh. So now, if I could ask you the top three lessons from all the people that you've interviewed, whatever comes to your mind right now, any big lessons, if you can share three lessons, that would be very, very valuable for the audience watching this and for me as well.
yeah. Three very powerful lesson. Number one is don't quit too early.
Amazing.
All the people whom I interview on my podcast, coming from nowhere to build multi-million or billion-dollar business, and even they build multi-million-dollar business, billion-dollar business, whatever it is, they face a lot of tough time. But the only reason they become millionaire or they become whatever right now they are, they didn't quit early. So this is a special message for all of you, whoever watching this right now, listening this. Don't quit, because you never know what universe have for you. Second is the power of networking,
Okay.
the power of building connection.
Okay.
And when I'm talking about networking and the power of connection, that's that is one of very good example is It's shared by it is shared by one of my mentor. He said that because of one relationship, one big personality out there in the marketplace saved his life from cancer. He
Wow.
actually survived for 8 months
Okay.
because of the connection, because XYZ person have the connection with XYZ doctor, and
Okay.
XYZ doctor uh, connect with this particular person who have a problem of cancer, and
Okay.
that doctor did some kind of operation or surgery or something, and because of this cancer patient survived for 8 months. Even after 8 months he is no more night right now, but still he get a life for 8 months because of that one powerful connection.
Wow.
So you never know network comes in which way. This
Wow.
story I got from my mentor, actually not from my podcast,
Hmm.
but the power of networking. When I'm talking about second point, the networking is very important, and this is the story I wanted to give. And the
Wow.
third and most important thing is, you cannot achieve success till the time you are not helping people, till the time you are not giving people what they want. If you just focus what I want,
Hmm.
how I can earn more money, if
Hmm.
your focus is shifting from I to you're going to win.
Wow.
So definitely first you have to improve yourself. I don't say like you uh, are able to do everything for other people. First you need to improve on yourself, first you have to work on yourself, only then you are able to deliver the best to the marketplace. So
Right.
first is I have to change myself, and then I can transform the other. But the point here is, you can only success only able to achieve success when you are helping people to achieve success. So this is
Amazing.
the third point I wanted to share.
Amazing. Amazing. And all three amazing shares, but the second one, I think that really hit me because usually when we talk about networking, we are thinking about profits, right?
Hmm.
We are thinking about business.
Yes.
And that was such a beautiful change of tone when you said networking saved someone's life for 8 months. We don't usually think about networking in this way, but wow,
Yeah.
that was really powerful. Thank you for
I,
sharing that. It
when
was
when I actually heard this story from my mentor,
hmm,
I have like goosebumps. I am feeling like, wow, that's he actually get, because of he's in some specific mastermind where this story comes out. But this is how powerful networking is. It's not just about money, it's beyond that money,
right.
it's beyond that, the income, the cash
Hmm,
flow and all,
hmm, hmm.
right?
Amazing. Amazing. Yes, yes,
So
absolutely. Amazing. And I think since we are all, somewhere connected to Siddharth, so we are all always focused on value, 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 give value, give value. So that's amazing, Nilesh. That's amazing. So something not related to podcasting, but are there any common traits or common hobbies that you hear from the people you interview? Like these are super successful people, right? They must be having something in common, some hobbies, some traits. If you've noticed any of that, can you just share that with us?
most of them love their family. It's not a hobby, I don't say it's hobby,
Hmm. Hmm.
but
Hmm. Value.
one, yeah, value system, it is a family. And one hobby, if I found, mostly they love to go outside, like do travel, trekking. Some of they love to do music.
Okay.
So this is a common hobbies I found. And yeah, this is something coming in my mind because there are more, everybody have, like, in this world most of us have common hobbies. So this is what I am remembering at this present, like traveling,
Hmm.
music.
Hmm.
Some said like my hobbies is just to create content. That's their
Oh.
hobbies.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
They are never getting bored, right? Creating content.
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing. And I think it's about exploring. When you
Hmm.
talk about music or going out trekking, it's about exploring because they are open to new experiences. And
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing. I was expecting something like they read books. Honestly, this is the answer I was expecting.
Okay.
but but this is so much better because reading, I think everyone does some or the other kind of reading, right? Nowadays
Hmm.
there's so much content. Experiencing new things is fantastic. This is why
Yes.
I think it's important to connect with more people so that you get new ideas. For
Hmm.
me, a common trait of successful people is reading, but
Yeah.
I never thought about experiencing new things, like going out and experiencing. Awesome,
Yes.
awesome,
Yes.
awesome.
See, like as you just said, experiencing new thing. Definitely. Because on traveling, our mind opens up. I give you an example from my own life. Like I just
Hmm.
go for morning walk,
Hmm.
60 minutes of morning walk. I got a very great idea,
Hmm.
right? So
Right.
this people is going for a vacation for might be 1 week, 2 weeks,
Hmm.
whatsoever the number of time. How much creative ideas they are getting? Because
Right.
as you mentioned, how we have a commerce mentor, right? He also
Hmm.
said most of the time this thing. Most of the time, business ideas coming out of the business,
Right.
right? So this is
Awesome.
what it
Awesome,
is.
Nilesh. So now shifting the focus to, if someone wants to become a podcaster,
Hmm.
if someone wants to become a host, like you, so any specific advice for them, that you have, any specific platforms that you recommend? Is there anything in specific?
So first thing is, if you wanted to become host, just do it. Don't think too much
Okay.
because world need more podcasters. You have a lot of you can create abundance with the help of podcasts. So if you are somebody who is planning to do it, just do it. Like yesterday itself, yeah, I have a lot of example from yesterday because great things happened yesterday. So one I connect with one lady.
Hmm.
She said that doing interview podcast is a thing for me from last 6 years.
Okay.
From 6 years, I am delaying this one thing to start interview podcast. And
Okay.
when I heard this one thing from her, I
Hmm.
said 6 years ago, I didn't imagine कि मैं interview podcast करूंगा.
पता भी नहीं था.
Right? I have no idea कि मैं interview podcast जैसे भी कुछ चीज होती है.
Hmm. Hmm.
So when she
Hmm.
said this one thing, just do it. Don't take too much time for anything. Just go and do it. If you are planning to do stuff, like just now, see how Vinay did his first interview podcast. Invite people whom you know. Even XYZ person is not expert or he have some kind of expertise, right? So come invite him or her and talk with that one. Sir. Here's your first podcast. Now, when it's come to platforms, so you can publish your podcast on YouTube. You can publish on if you wanted to publish on Spotify, iPhone, Google Podcast. You need to create account on a hosting platform which is Spotify dot I think podcaster.spotify.com.
Anchor. You used to be
Yeah.
Anchor.
You
Now
can
it's.
also
Huh.
because right now Anchor is not visible
Right.
because
Hmm.
Spotify owned it 100%. But you can just search Anchor
Hmm.
podcast. You are able to find this tool.
Perfect.
If you
Hmm.
wanted to go with the free version,
Hmm.
if you wanted to go with the paid, you can go with the
Hmm.
Buzzsprouts and Idea Brew. Lot of podcast hosting platform which is providing paid services.
Okay.
So you can go with. But at starting of your journey, at beginning of your journey, you can still start with the free platform which is Anchor Podcast. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's how you
Amazing.
can begin.
Amazing. Amazing.
No complicated things.
Perfect. Don't pressurize yourself, with monthly payments. Cool, cool.
Yeah.
So, Nilesh, through your journey, how long have you been interviewing people? Has it been 1 year, 2 years?
It's more than 2.5 years.
More than two and a
Still
half
two and
years.
a half years. Like June 2020 is the first ever podcast I did recorded,
Okay.
and it's
Okay.
2023 December.
Hmm.
So
Three and
more
a half
than
years.
2.5 years.
Okay.
2021, yeah, I think to
2021. I think 2021. Yeah. Okay.
2021.
Perfect. So through your journey, what have been some of the biggest challenges and how did you really overcome them?
The only biggest challenge was me is an improv, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, shy
Impromptu.
guy, introp,
Introvert. Okay.
introvert. Yeah, I forgot the word
No
because
problem.
right now I
No
am not
problem.
introvert. I forgot a word. But I'm an introvert person. First challenge was for me. Second, I'm not good communicator. I'm coming from Hindi medium. मुझे नहीं मालूम था कि how I'm going to talk with these people.
Hmm.
I have 85 to 90, in between 85 to 90
Hmm.
podcasts at present, and out of
Hmm.
it, uh, 80% podcast I recorded with international people, not from
I could
India,
see that. I was going through your
only
podcast
from
list.
yes, from international people. And
Hmm.
उनसे बात करना, उनको समझना एट द सेम टाइम एंड उनको क्वेश्चन पूछना वाज नॉट इजी जॉब. Coming
Right.
from an Hindi medium background, who have no confident to talk with people, who have no confident to communicate, I'm asking question to them. At the same time, I am asking a cross question. I'm listening to them. I am understanding them.
Hmm.
It was not easy job for me at beginning, but
Hmm.
over the time, over the period of time, I
Hmm.
developed this skill.
Okay.
So I can say this is the challenge, or I don't say it is challenge, but it actually helped me a lot in my growth, in my personal development.
Okay.
Second challenge, if I uh, talk about,
Hmm.
it was at beginning. Like this challenge was not right now happening, but at starting 6 month, I faced this challenge. 6 month or 1 year, I don't remember, the network issue.
Okay.
And that
Okay.
was not a big deal, but the network issue was very big. Like, suppose I have a podcast today, and on that day specifically my network is started working like worst. My network has some issue, it's not giving me proper connection. But still, after this normal challenges, I just face them. I just uh, focus on the next step, like okay, क्या कर सकते हैं, and I work on that. And this is a challenge I can remember, but the I don't feel this is a very big challenge, the network issue. But the first challenge, which is a communication, which is a
Hmm.
talking, was big challenge for me. And I overcome from that. So this is the only challenges I remember. Otherwise I don't feel I, yeah.
Anything specific that helped you overcome the communication barrier?
Anything special that helped me was talking with these people. First I watched their interviews, I
Hmm.
listened them,
Hmm.
and then I enter into the playing ground. First I'm
Hmm.
in the practicing ground, then I'm playing ground. And also,
Hmm.
yes, my mentor who teach me this interview podcast, he
Okay.
actually watch my interview podcast to give me audit, to
Wow.
help me to improve where I can
Wow.
improve. So
Wow.
he give a lot of tips. You can avoid this word multiple times, you can avoid that word multiple times. Even you uh, can sit uh, very calm and cool. Don't do
Hmm.
a lot of ha, uh, um, sit, understand the next person's emotion, on which point he or she is talking, what kind of face expression you have to deliver at this point of time. When he's sharing his sad story, how you have to express yourself. Are you have to smile, at what point of time you have to smile, at what point of time you have to change your face expression. He teach me a lot, all of these things he helped me. And I'm really grateful for that one person. He's still connect with me, I don't say he is not with me. He is still
Hmm.
connect with me, he is still helping me. And
Hmm.
yes, that's all the things help me to overcome these challenges.
Superb. Superb.
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing. I think someone guiding and having a template to follow or having guidance about how to go about, and if someone has already done it, that really helps increase our confidence that okay, if this person has done it, this is what they have taught me, I have to just follow that blindly. I mean, without even thinking.
Right.
Amazing, amazing. This has been very, very insightful, Nilesh. And I mean, before we close, I want to know a little bit more about you. Like, what do you do in your leisure time? What are your hobbies? How do you spend your time?
See, I share with you one thing. I love music.
Mm,
I went there in Indian Idol to give audition. So out of the business, if I do something, I listen music.
okay,
Some are right now a long time. I didn't sing any music, but I always try to sing some songs. And what else I love? I love traveling. I love to go outside when with my friends, with my family, spend time. That's something I love to do,
okay.
and that's something I don't want to share. But I'm a kid. I am a 26-year old, but still I am a kid. I'm doing a childish thing with my mom, specifically with my mom and with my brother. Not with my father. I don't have a guts. But with my mom, with my brother, I do childish things. So it makes me happy, and they also feel like it's good. So
Amazing.
this,
Amazing. This was unexpected.
this
Good,
is
good.
something I'm sharing for the very first time on this
Wow.
social platform.
Wow,
Even
wow.
though no one knows, like Sagar Bhai, Rahat, nobody knows.
I'm sure they'll watch this interview and then they'll come back to you about this, right?
Yes.
Amazing, amazing.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being so open here. And which has been your favorite book? You talked about your first book that got you
Hmm.
into podcasting, but over time, what's the one book that you think everyone should read?
One book that everyone should read is the book that actually not there is not one book, but if I give you still one book, the one book that is Expert Secret by Russell Brunson.
Okay,
That's really powerful book. Everybody can read. And if one more book I can give the self development, it was Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow
It's
Rich.
actually very powerful
Powerful,
book. The
powerful.
story inside these books is really inspiring.
Very
Right? All it
powerful.
takes is a willpower. Specifically,
Hmm.
the story in the book of Napoleon Hill, the
Hmm.
willpower story. The person who was not able to hear, his
His
father
son,
have a power.
his son was
And
not able to hear. Wow, yeah,
that was really inspiring story to me. So
amazing.
these two books, I still you ask me one, but one is a
No, no,
self help book. Second is a marketing book.
marketing book. Perfect, perfect. So one for your audience, one for mine.
Definitely.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. And I think even I have read Think and Grow Rich like 3, 4 times, but that's right in the beginning. The story about
Hmm.
his child, how he helped him start to develop hearing, and he talks about a lot of great concepts after on. But it's that story that really sticks with you. And
Yes.
right now, even as you said it, I have not read it in the last 6 months or so. As you said it, I had goosebumps, because I
Hmm.
was remembering that entire scenario that plays in your mind when you're reading the book.
Hmm.
Superb, superb, amazing. And Nilesh, if someone wants to get in touch with you or if they want to follow you, how can they do that? Is it okay if I post some of your social media links or however you want them to get in touch below
Yeah,
this video?
definitely. You can drop my Facebook link or
Okay.
Instagram link. I'm Nilesh Jain. Just Nilesh Jain search. You can they can
I
find
have
me.
your links. I have your links anyway. So
Just
I'll put them.
Instagram,
Amazing.
Facebook.
Amazing. Cool. I think this has been very, very enlightening for me, and I can start to see that I enjoy interviewing also. Okay, so
Just do it.
maybe I'll get in touch with you about how to even add this as one of the things I do, because I have always believed that motivation is temporary, inspiration stays. So when you're
Yeah.
listening to someone talking about their life experience, it doesn't even have to be expertise, experience. And
Hmm.
if one experience hits you, it can completely change your life,
Transform your life.
transform your
It can
life.
transform
Amazing,
your life.
amazing. Thank you
Yes.
once again, Nilesh, for being here. And honestly, see, when I messaged you, I had no idea whether you'll say yes. Okay, I just did what you talked about today in the morning, 9 a.m. call, that you reach out to them, that you bring out a common point. I said, Sagar keeps talking about you. And then I just left it out in the universe. Let's see. Let's see. I'll just ask. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या होगा ना बोल देगा.
Yeah,
So
that's
I'll
a
do it.
good thing. That's very good thing is you have to ask. Till the time you don't ask, the answer is always no. This is
Right.
a statement that I always use because
Amazing.
that's how I am able to interview 85 or 87 people on my podcast. Otherwise,
Amazing.
I am might be a somebody who quit very early in the game of podcasting. So that's a mantra of my podcasting is if you don't ask, the answer is always no.
Always know. Right.
Right?
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you once again for being here, for taking out your valuable time. And I'm sure this interview will be a lot of value. Even I was talking to my community, I asked them, do any of you ever plan to start your podcast? Some of them said yes. I said, you watch this video. Okay. So
Definitely.
I think this will be very helpful for those watching. And thank you again from the bottom of my heart. This was my, as I told you, this is my first interview, and the first one is always special. And I think I'm going to remember this for a long, long time.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Congratulations for the first. You already crossed the milestone.
Thank you. And the 7 day life challenge is over. Yo,
Yes, yes.
amazing.
Perfect.
Thank you so much, Nilesh.
You're welcome.
And others who are watching, check the video description. I'll put up his social media link so that you can get in touch with him. If you ever thought about putting out your ideas into the world, if you ever thought about being the person who brings inspiration out of people, just like, I mean, I had no idea I will bring out so much from him, but just asking a few questions, he even said something he's not said before, right? So you don't know what stories are hiding behind people. So just bring them out. If you are interested, please get connected with him. And if you are interested about working on your overall health, about your habits, you get in touch with me. Okay. Thank you so much, Niresh. This has been wonderful. And taking time out on a Sunday, family day, is again, I know, difficult, but thank you for being here. I
You're
really,
most
really
welcome.
appreciate it. And I loved it. I loved interviewing you.
Same here,
Thank you.
same here. Yeah. You did a great job.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Means a lot coming from you. Thank you.